Hello, friends, nerds, and exhausted idiots. Remember when I posted this video about a month ago, and for those of you who watch Cartoon Universe, posted about a year ago? Well, you bastards wanted to see more unused fusions from Steven Universe, and who am I to deny your obvious Jasper thirst? I created 10 more fusions we never got to see in the show proper, thought a bit about their weapons and personalities, and without further ado, I'm excited to share them with you. First, we have Jelly Opal, the fusion of bismuth and lapis. If you recall from part 1, I theorized that individual gems can carry some kind of signature with them that presents in all of their fusions, some consistent trait or personality. For lapis, it was hydrokinesis, very basic, and fusions with bismuth would always result in a gem that has 3 or more colors. Jelly is a sculptor. She forms water and sand into art with her jelly-like hair and then superheats it into glass. She was first formed after most of the conflict, so she's mostly focused on her passions and hobbies, and is far less spar-focused than other fusions with bismuth in them. She still sports a cool trident and can totally kick your ass, though. Next, we have Ametrine, the fusion of jasper and amethyst. For Jasper, I feel like her signature is doublespeak. While clearly with malachite, her overlaid voices are representing that she's not healthy or stable, but I wanted to twist it a little and instead just make it something that is unique to Jasper. But it isn't quite that apparent for Ametrine because of what Amethyst brings to the table. For Amethyst, it was kind of difficult to decide what her signature is, having so many canonical fusions to account for, but I think I landed on, and bear with me here, neurodivergence. Bipolar disorder, ADHD, depression. In all of Amethyst's fusions, there's always something behaviorally unique. For better or worse, her mental state somewhat carries over. And in Ametrine's case, I think this manifests as something analogous to nonverbal autism. She can speak, but doesn't really like to, aside from laughing. She's fairly high energy and adventurous, perhaps to a reckless extent, but also can get overstimulated quickly. She does the hand shake stim when she's excited. Look, there isn't a lot of obviously autistic characters in cartoons, and I like to feel seen, okay? She's cute. I love her. After that, we have Pink Opal, the fusion of rose quartz and pink pearl. This fusion first occurs after Rose is copied and revived by an altered duplicator and rejuvenator. Go watch this video. Created by the combined efforts of Steven, Pearl, and Peridot. Pink Opal is sweet and remarkably calm and content in basically any situation. Constantly feeling like you do when you come home after a long day and get cozy with a dear friend. Pink Pearl's signature is different from Pearl's, as it's by individual gem, not by type. Every fusion Pink Pearl is a part of has 2 features: a ballet focus, lithe figure, way of walking, attire, stuff like that, and a blind or absent eye, a scar of trauma. Both of Pink Opal's closed eyes are permanently shut. Every fusion with Rose has healing capabilities. Pink Opal can heal and relax others with the palms of her hand. Next, we have Mystic Opal, the fusion of bismuth and jasper. Absolute chaos, enormous, rampaging, and battle-oriented. You know her signatures, so I'm going to talk about her origin. Mystic Topaz only came out once. After Steven went on his road trip, Jasper tried to make amends with Lapis, which Lapis wasn't cool with. Bismuth took it upon herself to run interference until Jasper relented, acknowledging that individuals healing and growing doesn't necessarily mean that they'll get back together. Bismuth was hostile at the start of all of this, but they bonded over scars of war and the alienation of kind of feeling nostalgic about it, while everyone else seems to want to forget. They fused while sparring, of course, but Topaz was benched after threatening Beach City. She's probably the largest fusion we've seen next to Obsidian. Here we have Morganite 1.0, an edgy boy. He is an angsty, snarky, rebellious teenager with a fantastic dry humor. Gets along well with Lars. Spinel's signature is the curly Q limbs somewhere on the body. Leads to some interesting character design, let me tell you. And as you may remember, Steven's signature is the lack of any traditional weapon. So the only thing Morgan can conjure is a notebook with infinite pages that he writes in. Probably edgy poetry, the dork. Hey, Cherry. Calling him Morganite 1.0 implies that there's a 2.0. Well, yes. Yes, it does. Are they in this video? No. She's got a bigger entrance planned. Moving on, we have Smokey Quartz 1.0, a mom and a baker, very kind and very cooking-oriented. Her treats can heal you, and she's always down for a hug, but she's a little slow at times. She may not be the smartest, but she is always a welcome and loved presence in the Steven household. Here we have Peach Topaz, the fusion of Jasper and Rose. She may look remarkably stable for a fusion, but she only managed to exist once and fell apart almost immediately, overwhelmed by a mix of emotions and guilt. So they probably have some things to work on before she returns. Sunstone 1.0 here is the one that I'm most proud of design-wise. She's a sports mama. She's warm to the touch, but she can't burn you. In fact, the magma she produces can soothe aches and pains. Not as strong as Rose's healing, but very nice nonetheless. Sapphire brings with her into fusions some amount of prognostication, and Ruby brings an elemental affiliation. So, fire, of course. And just like Sunstone 2.0, Sunstone 1.0 has the uncanny ability to break through the fourth wall and speak directly to the audience. Her weapon is 2 shields on her larger forearms that act as bracers. Coming up near the end, we have Kunzite, the fusion of Spinel and Pink Pearl, a very creepy, sweet ballerina. She is genuinely nice, but she can be off-putting. Kind of horror movie-esque. In my mind and universe, these two are definitely dating, so Kunzite is a pretty consistent figure, much to Blue Diamond and Steven's discomfort. They're supportive, they're also just frightened. And finally, we have Iris Agate 1.0, Bismuth and Rose. Iris Agate 2.0 was my first fusion I made in the series, so I found it appropriate to have her end the video. Now, a lot of Rose's fusions are motherly, but Iris takes the cake. She is the pack your lunch, take you to soccer practice, give you hearty encouragement, well-meaning comedic scolding kind of mama. Absolutely fantastic. I love her. Well, that's everyone. Let me know what you think in the comments. Even if... No. Especially if it's an absolute roast. I want to hear it. Keep it good-hearted and let me know if you want to see more unused fusions in the future. I'll see you next time, guys. It's been a treat. All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman. All I wanna be is someone who gets to see a giant woman. Oh, I know it'll be great, and I just can't wait to see the person you are. Together, if you give it a chance, you could do a huge dance, because you are a giant woman. You might even like being together, and if you don't, it won't be forever. But if it were me, I'd really wanna be a giant woman, a giant woman. All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman.